Welcome back to the Schmitter's 100 Acre Woods. So we're out here today. We're working on getting our posts ready. So we've actually already started. So we got them out, we got them cut. They're going to be 12 feet tall. So we got these two cut, and we're going to bolt them together. We got one that's got a little bit of a twist to it. So we're going to bolt these two together to help get that out. And then right now, so because of the bracket we have, we're going to have a spot in between. So we're milling out about 1/8 of an inch on both of these so that whenever you put them together, you don't have that twist in it. So working on getting that routed out now.
So you can see the line, the notches. There's a notch just like this back here.
Okay, so we're drilling through down up here toward the top, putting a couple of lag bolts in. You can see the bottoms together and the tops basically together. Have this gap here, so we're just kind of trying to offset that by putting bolts in and squishing that together. So here we're needing to notch the 6x6 so that the LVL will go in. So one of the easiest ways to do this is to pass the circular saw through numerous times. So basically what you can do is then knock out all the little pieces that were cut, and then go back through with a chisel or like an oscillating tool and smooth out anything that's left sticking up from knocking out the blocks. So here we got the first set of posts done. So now we need to get the other set so that it is also 12 feet long. So we square cut one end and then measured out and cut off the other. And then getting them sit on the bed just so that we have a flat surface to work on whenever we drill holes and put notches in. Okay, so we got both of our beams, or all four of the beams, bolted together so that we take any twist out of them. So we put the twist, there's a bow kind of cup like this so we can flatten them by squeezing them together. We have the notch down here, so that's where the piece of metal from our bracket will pocket in. We still need to drill the holes through for that, but we'll probably do that once they're up so that we can get it plumb and tied back to this wall, and then we'll drill those holes. But otherwise, we have these pocketed in up here for the LVLs, so that's where they will sit. We're going to get another one and have one on the front and the back just so it'll make it easier for building out the back part of the wall and then the front part of the overhang. So have this part done, getting close to getting the metal brackets in. So we'll have the one down there and then the one down here on this end. We'll tapcon those to the concrete on both sides, and then we'll be able to stand these up. We'll tie these back into these walls just for stability, and then we'll get the LVL set up in and put those. But before we do the LVL, we'll get the holes drilled here that will hold the brackets that we have on the ground to the post. So still have a little bit to go, but we have the post all ready to go. And I think next we'll get some of our mess cleaned up and then work on getting the metal pieces put on the concrete and then stand up our post. Okay, here we're trying to get one hole drilled for the metal bracket that we made before we stand it up. It's easier to drill down, and use the square in this instance to make sure it's, you know, perpendicular to the metal, because we're trying to drill through the wood and line up the 3 holes that we already had in the metal. So just kind of using that as a guide to make sure we're drilling in the right direction. Here you can see we're adding a little bit of the roll-on bed liner, so just kind of putting that on the bottom of the metal that will be contacting the concrete for added protection, instead of just the spray-on paint that we put on initially. Since we got the first post up with the carriage bolt driven through, put a 2x4 on it just to help hold it steady until we can get the other hole drilled in the bracket and then get a carriage bolt through that. Okay, welcome back to the Schmitter's 100 Acre Woods. So I'll do an end of the day wrap up here. So getting pretty dark out, but just want to kind of show you what we got done. So it took all day, but we got the 2 posts here put together. Along with the bottom bracket. And then we got the LVLs put up. So we ended up notching and putting 2 up, 1 on the front and the back. Basically we'll be able to tie the rafters going back to the back one, and then tie everything for the front to the front one. Make it a little bit easier than having to deal with the notch that, or the gap that was going to be there from the post. But we got the same thing on this side. Have everything, so we put lag bolts or carriage bolts in here and up at the top to pull all this together, because it wasn't perfectly square or straight, so we got that pulled together. And we carriage bolted the LVLs all the way through and have that notch there, and then have carriage bolts down here. See, got that really pulled in there, and that's nice and secure. So next step after this, we'll be working on getting the rafters put up. So we'll cut bird's mouth and get the angle and everything cut and start putting those up. So we have all those 3x4s that we have cut. We have enough for the back, and we may have to cut a few more for the front to get it all wrapped up. But overall, starting to make some good progress. Once we get the rafters on, it'll really start looking like something. So continue watching as we work on getting this project wrapped up, and hit that subscribe button, thumbs up. Catch you next time.